Today we're going to be learning about water-soluble crayons. And I call them paint sticks. There's absolutely no part of the crayon, there's no wax in these paint sticks or water crayons. Some companies call them Caran d'Ache, other companies are Aquarelle, then there's some other inexpensive brands. But basically it's water-soluble paint in a stick or dry form. And we go ahead and color and draw similar to a crayon, and then we apply water, and then it turns into paint. And so I'm going to demonstrate. It's kind of magical. It's very exciting, especially if you've never used these before. And today with me I have a first grade class that's never seen these. And so we're going to use them for our very first time, and it's real exciting. Let me just show you. When you have a shape or whatever you're trying to color, if you do a face or something, I'm just going to give boundaries here. You go ahead and you just color it in lightly. It works best if you do a medium pressure. And what's really beautiful about this is you don't have to get every tiny little space. Sometimes I say to the kids, you miss this spot, and then they have to come back, and sometimes they're not happy because I see spots that they haven't missed. Well, one thing that's great about this is I can leave some spaces. I can even do like lines, and if I do heavier pressure, say if I am not going to color in this area, my heavier pressure is going to end up being darker paint. And then where I did not color in, this will be a lighter value of that same color. What's really great about these is that I can mix them and put them on top of each other. Watch this example. I'm going to put a yellow, and then I'm going to mix colors with these, and we can actually learn about color mixing. I have yellow here, and I'm going to put a blue on top. I'll put blue on top of half. So what color am I going to be getting if I put blue and yellow together? Yes. Green, right. Now, what's really great is, as an artist, say I'm going to make a leaf or a plant. If I know this ahead of time, I can maybe color in some yellow sunshine on my leaves. Say this is going to be a leaf. And then maybe I just want to outline the edges with some blue, because then I know this is going to end up being a yellow-green leaf with a little bit of blue or darker green on the edges. I'll show you in a minute. But let's talk more about color mixing. If I have blue and I put some red near it or on top of it, it'll get what? Purple. Yeah. And I'll show you. And you don't need a lot, like I said, of color. And how about some red? And what color would I have to add to red if I wanted to make it orange? Anybody know? If I'm going to make orange, what color would I have to put with red? Yes?
You could put yellow.
Perfect. Oh my gosh, we have a smart class here. So what color did you tell me?
Yellow.
Yes, yellow. I could put yellow, and red and yellow make orange. Now listen, here's a trick question. If I have orange, if I put a little yellow on top, what color am I going to be getting?
Red.
What's happening here? Look at me. Look at what's happening.
Red.
It's called yellow-orange. Yellow plus orange is yellow-orange. If I put a little bit of blue, and I put a little bit of, I don't have green here. I don't have a green, or I don't even have a purple.
I have green,
Okay, so let's go ahead now. What's great about this, watch this, it's kind of, so it does look like crayon, and I do want to show you one thing about don't do. This is what I don't like personally. I don't like it when you take a color. Look, if I'm gonna turn this into a watercolor, say this is gonna be a tree branch, and I'm gonna be adding my water to this later. I don't want you to color the whole thing really crazy dark. Look at how really crazy dark this is. That's just wasting the water-soluble crayon. And I'm not gonna end up with different values with this. It's just gonna be all crazy dark. So look, A medium pressure is all you need. And I'm seeing some kids do really, 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 really hard, and you don't need to do that. Just a medium pressure, and then it'll hold other color value. Because the whole point about this is adding some fun value. And if you ever want a real dark color, blue is a great color to add. This is just the darkest blue. And when I put it next to brown, it appears to be black, doesn't it? So what I'm going to have you do today is just kind of do some color patches like I'm doing. But I want you to experiment with layering the colors. But watch how I'm layering it. Look, did you notice I did this big section of blue?
Yeah.
But I only colored part of it with red on top. That's what I want you to do too, so that you get to see the different values and different colors in this area. So when we add our water to it, this will remain blue and then it'll go into purple. You see that? My yellow will go into the orange. So I get to see some of my true color. You can experiment with pressure if you'd like. What's going to happen if I do a light value here and then I do darker stripes? All of this kind of thing you can experiment with and play with the colors, and then when your paper's all covered. Now, is mine all covered?
No.
No, I have lots of white space. But I want you to see the effects right now. So I want you to begin. But I want you to see how we do with our water. Now watch. It's really magical. This is just, it looks kind of a little colorful because my dish is kind of dirty. But it's actually just clear water in here. Let's see. My nails are actually magical too. Look. When I put them in the water, they will turn, when my nails get cold, they turn purple. See that? It's called mood polish. So it's kind of fun to do. But anyways, here we go. We're going to be doing painting. So watch. I dip my brush in the water, the clear water, and it's so magical, just like my nails. I'm going to just touch this, and it melts it. What's happening is the water is dissolving. These are soluble, meaning they can melt or dissolve in water. And so watch what, now this is the exciting part, is the color. Watch. Red and blue, it's going to make the purple color. It mixes for me. And I just gently do this. Now what I can also do is, look, pick it up, move it if I want to. What you should do is wash your brush between colors. Now, watch. I'm washing my brush. Then I'm going to go to the next section. And I'm just going to do this. Remember I showed you? I can go dark to light. See where I did not paint? It's filling it in for me. Look at that. But what you have to is color down. You have to have the color down first. Now I'm going to show you over here what happened when it was really dark. Look at that. You see, there's no place to move it. I could bring it over here if I wanted. But it's not necessary that you do it that dark. You don't have to do it that dark. Now let's see what happens. The blue and the brown mixed together. You got some cool, yeah, totally. Totally black. And let's try this. It dissolves. It's just melting. And then yellow. And yellow only needs, the yellow only needs a little bit of blue to change it to that lime green. Look at that. I love lime green. That's one of my top colors. Love that color. Now watch this. This was our yellow and red, and it made orange. Now remember, the heavier you do, the heavier your line, the more intense your line is. Now what I tell the kids is, listen, I prefer you not to put these crayons near the water because I want to keep these crayons nice and beautiful. Some people like to dip them in, etc. I keep them away from my water so that they stay for all kids. We have 700 and close to 50 kids, 750 kids at our school, and we all need to share these and be respectful with these colors. So we do not dip them in our water. I want them safe for all kids to use. You can use them, put them away, and as you use them, make sure they go right back in here. I call them tucking them back into bed. There's little chambers, or if we have a bucket of them, sometimes I put them in buckets. You're allowed one out in a bucket and put it back in the bucket after you use it. These cannot get on the table or the floor. You keep them in the bucket so they're safe for all kids to use. And have fun exploring with your color with water-soluble crayons.